Good morning, good day, or good evening, whatever suits you guys at this time. Welcome to the Assassin's Creed Mirage cinematic world premiere. So, I've been a huge fan of Assassin's Creed for so long, and I know that Ubisoft did their UB Forward thing yesterday at the time of recording, and I really wanted to record a video straight off that, but thankfully, this thing called COVID makes it sometimes just feel like you've got a bad copy, you don't really want to do things. So, that was me yesterday. But I did watch this trailer through with one of my friends just on our Discord call, and I've really loved it. I've been a huge fan of Assassin's Creed. In fact, some of the oldest videos on my channel are the Assassin's Creeds that I used to record. I never completed a series because at the time I was recording with pretty much like a handheld camera on a tripod looking at a screen. Very inefficient, not a good way of doing it. And it was 2014, a long time ago. Part of me wishes I had stayed with it, but I loved Assassin's Creed. I'm the person who buys all of the really expensive pre-orders, so I get the statues, or the dolls, as my mum calls them. I don't have them with me because I'm in a different house to where my mum lives, which is where all the statues currently are. But I love the game. I always have. And I've even enjoyed the ones that were a bit more negatively seen. So we're talking Odyssey and Valhalla. I haven't finished Valhalla yet. I will probably be streaming that later today. We'll get to that. But yeah, Assassin's Creed has always been one of my favourite things. It's one of the most successful things on my YouTube channel back in the day. I have removed them now because it's cringe watching those videos back. But I'm so excited to see a new trailer. So like I said, I've seen this before. We're going to go through it. But yeah, without any further ado, let's kind of get into it. I'm so excited to see Assassin's Creed back again. It's been 2 years that we've been waiting for this. Obviously, nothing concrete. They said 23. We don't actually know when in 2023. Their usual release date is around the end of September, early October. Why am I talking? Let's get into it. Yeah, so I'm so excited. I'm a huge fan of these full cinematic animatics rather than the gameplay trailer. Obviously, I know some people want to see gameplay because that's the whole point of the game that you want to see how to play the game that you're playing. Yeah, but I love these. I've always loved the animated trailers all the way since Assassin's Creed 2. I think was the big no Assassin's Creed 1 had all the way back from Assassin's Creed where they had the whole actual cinematic, and I loved it. Look at this pose here. It's almost like it's just a photo of a person. And also, my fun fact, not fun fact, probably really obvious if you've watched the series, you'd recognize it, but the voice of the Master Assassin, Reka, or something, in the dev trailer, they go into her name, but her voice is so iconic, and as soon as I heard it, I was like, is this the same voice? And I looked up and said, yeah, I know my voices.
Are you ready to give up who you once thought you were?
And that's the next thing, is the whole, like, back to the full-on white robes, the typical what you'd see in Assassin's Creed, and what it just puts a smile on my face to see the assassins are coming back again. Obviously, these are still the hidden ones. They're before the assassin order became a thing, but and there's a siren going around outside. Hopefully, you can't hear that. But I'm so excited to see these robes again, see the hoods and the pointed hoods. Oh, it's so much fun. I'm so excited. The graphics are insane, like photoreal. Mad. And it's interesting seeing Basim as well, because obviously he's in Valhalla.
Everything you held close.
I am.
And you do meet him in Valhalla, and it's really good fun. But you don't know much about him, you just know he's got mysterious back, so it's going to be really fun, especially since you see that this is him back in his year, when he was a lot younger, yeah? And it's
Ready to leave your life behind and walk the path of
it's fun to see backstory of a character that we already kind of know. And they're also going back to the route of actually doing the kind of rags to riches, young story to old story. And you can obviously tell he's not experienced here, and I love that because it's kind of bringing back the formula from Assassin's Creed 2, and maybe partially Assassin's Creed as well, the original. But Assassin's Creed 2 is all about, Ezio finding his way from someone who's no idea what this conspiracy group is to suddenly becoming the master assassin that he is in 2, Revelations, etc. And I'm really looking forward to seeing that kind of rotation, focusing on the assassin's story rather than the wider story, the Isu, the real world story. I really like the Isu and the real world story. Probably one of the few people who does. But just watching it, it's nice to go back to the roots. I think it's really important to just see what made the original Assassin's Creed games so good. And it's interesting So I don't know whether they're going to do from that descent part where they she jumped down and caught the thing. I wonder if they're going to go back to the Unity model of the parkour system, which was you had Assassin's Creed climb up and Assassin's Creed climb down. Let's parkour up and parkour down again, because I think that was a really cool addition, because it meant that you could just be at the top of something and drop all the way down and you do the cool stunt. The cool descent. Controlled descent, I think it was called. But I really enjoy it. If they bring it back, great. If not, not too fast, but it'll be cool.
Then out of the dark, you will come into the light.
Good old training montages. So yeah, this is not Massia, if I remember them saying the devs trailer, but it's another one of the forts. I really hope there's a bale of hay below him so he didn't fall to his death there. That would have been entertaining. I did that's how the game just ended. He just fell off the edge and died.
Never forget the tenets you have sworn to uphold.
And here's the other huge thing. So I liked Odyssey and Valhalla, but it was such a big open world. Like Origins started bringing into the open world RPG elements, and then Valhalla and Odyssey took it to the more unrealistic. It's a game, but unrealistic values. So, you know, you I am a demigod. I can summon beams of light from my spear, etc. I still really enjoyed the games. Don't get me wrong, but the fact that it was so open meant you'd spend so much time traveling, and why that's not a bad thing, especially when graphics are so updated and pretty nowadays. But I'm so glad they decided to go back to kind of an urban hub, so you can have the parkour playground that was there in Assassin's Creed 2, all the way up to like the most recent games, so Unity, etc. I'm so happy that they finally brought back the parkour playground, and I can't wait to just jump from roof to roof. It's going to be so much fun.
Stay your blade from the flesh of the innocent. Hide in plain sight.
Side note, this is a really fun filmmaking technique, which I really like, which is the whole start slow, speed up, start slow, speed up. And I think it's a really cool indicating it gives the impression of supernatural speed, even if it's not quite there. And I just like that. And now he knows how to parkour! Yeah! And traps as well seem like they're going to make that. That's going to be fun. If they bring the traps that were similar in, which one was it? Revelations. That was quite a lot of traps were involved in that. And also, I like this as well. It answers the kind of age-old story question that I've always had, or like lore question, which is, how does the eagle help you find your target? And obviously, in this case, it demonstrates that the eagle follows the target, and then you just follow the eagle, which explains a lot, really, when you think about it. Anyway, another one of my favorite tropes is about to come up, and I love this. It's the whole, I've got a bomb, throw grenade, dodge grenade, go back and go, yeah, good try, and then continue fighting. I love it. It's so funny. It's so good.
Stay forward. You are a hidden one.
And that's a flashback or a throwback to like Assassin's Creed 2's trailer where he jumped off the roof. Which is so cool. But yeah, that's the actual trailer. And I forgot this bit. So, here's my only gripe, okay? I have gripes with this stuff. So recently, when they started adding a lot more of the... When they added a lot more of the Isu elements and the deific... That's not a word. The deity-like elements of things where you see... Like, you can explain it away as, oh, this person's so devoutly religious in their beliefs that they think they see this person's encouraging them in life, when it might just be something else. But it's so weird to say, but this kind of stuff takes me out of the whole story. And like I said, I like the real world story. I like the Isu story. But to me, I don't know, it's so hard to explain. Super advanced technological race, being able to do advanced stuff because technology, that's cool. And it's not realistic, but I can understand it, yeah? But when you start bringing in Jin, which is what that was, versus Odin, versus actual gods with powers, it's kind of... There's a thing like that. I could get over a lot of the ones in Odyssey. That kind of made sense. Like, they could argue it with, oh, these there was such advanced technology that Poseidon's trident could sink Atlantis, for example. I don't know. It seems so hard to explain what a djinn is, unless it's another one of Anisu's creations, which is possible, which would be interesting. Maybe it is possible. Well, there we go. Sorted out my own problem in just a simple discussion. Good fun times. But anyway, I'm going to jump into the showcase, the full showcase, and just see if there's any things that stick out to me. But also, this music. I love the Assassin's Creed music so much. It's one of my favourite. It's so good. Just that violin. I just love the theme so much.
Fancy suits impress you.
This is fun.
Be the thorn in history's side.
Honestly, Origins is probably one of my favourite games
Choose the greatest enemy.
out of the series. I did like Black Flag a lot.
Captain. Start a revolution.
Unity was actually really underrated. It was so glitchy when it came out, but it was actually so good.
Picture.
I really enjoyed Syndicate. I've not actually seen this. This is really cool.
Face the invisible.
Welcome to the show. Alice, can you believe it's been 15 years?
Thank you so much, Danny. I
15
cannot believe
years.
it's 15 years.
It's a series
Wow.
very close
That's
to my heart
a
because,
long
I'm in
time.
it. I'm lucky enough to voice Sean Hastings, who first appeared back in Assassin's Creed.
I knew I
2.
recognised his voice. I was like,
Exactly
I remember
like
that.
Me, which may give you a clue as to the limits of my acting range. This year, we are celebrating 15 years since the release of the first Assassin's Creed.
Queen. We've met unforgettable characters and been to breathtaking
I have
locations,
yet to
allowing
play,
you to leap into history and relive pivotal moments from our past. It's been a phenomenal 15 years,
What's
and
the
we're
one
so
where-
glad that you came along for the ride.
Which is the Assassin's Creed that was released at the same time as Unity? It was a pirate. It was, but you played as a Templar. You played an assassin who turned into a. What is the game called? Assassin's Creed Rogue.
It's amazing.
It's called Rogue. The Assassin's Creed that I haven't played is called Assassin's Creed Rogue. I can't remember what the game called. Haven't played that one. Really want to.
Well, indeed, it is special. We go back to the roots of the series. It's been 15 years, as you know, and we wanted to go back to the action-adventure game that you
Good.
know. Narrative.
Okay, so as much as I love open world games, Skyrim, The Witcher, Cyberpunk, other games that are open world, Dragon Age, I'm so glad they're going back to their roots. So glad. Like, to me, it made Assassin's Creed so special, was having this set narrative, having this story where you meet these famous people from history, and you are in history, you're in their timeline, and it was the fact that it felt so close to the actual, like, a lot of it in the original ones was so close to being believable, and some of it was based on fact, like Assassin's Creed, during the Crusades, there was a bunch of Assassin, or as they were pronounced, Assassin, rather than assassins. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. I'll put it here and explain what the word is. But they were originally based in as a rebellious force against the Crusades, so it was kind of jumping in there. And obviously they added the whole Isu stuff as Assassin's Creed went on with the real world story, which is cool and everything. But I love open worlds, I do. But I'm not even sure it's completionist. I hyperfixate, and so it's pretty much, if I move somewhere and then I see something pop up on my minimap of, oh, there's a new shiny dot over that way, I am going to go there and ignore the mission until I get all the shiny dots on my way to said mission. And it's not good, because it means I spend so many hours not playing the game for the story, which I love the game for the story, game for the music and everything. But when it has such an open world, you're just going, oh, this is something I want to unlock, this is something I want to unlock, this is something I want to unlock. The only time I've ever completed Skyrim, I played it all the way through and I didn't do any side quests. That is the only time I ever played Skyrim, all the way through. Just because every time in Skyrim I find a new place, I look at my mini-map on the top and I'm like, oh, there's 3 new locations that I haven't discovered. Let's go investigate those. And I am awful at that. But I'm so glad they're going back to their roots. So glad.
Game. We've been focusing on stealth.
Not that I missed or minded these other games. I did enjoy, like I said, Valhalla, Odyssey, Origins. They were great games. but I want to go back to the original.
parkour, and of course assassination.
And stealth. Let's go.
Now, I've been playing a lot of Valhalla recently, and from watching that trailer, I couldn't help but notice Basim.
Yes, you're right. It's Basim. It's 20 years before Valhalla, so it's a young
Yeah.
Basim.
And the other thing, about stealth. That seemed to be the main thing for this game with me. And I would play each of my characters in stealth. I played the game for the stealth. That was a thing that I loved to do. And I still played it that way. So when I was playing Odyssey, I would have all the abilities that allowed me to be stealthy and turn invisible and all that stuff and sneak up. And I would focus on maxing out my assassination damage and taking out one person at a time. Same in Valhalla. I've got really high assassination damage. Not so great actual combat. But it's so much harder in these games to be stealthy because it's more of a... You're a Viking. Why be stealthy? Like, literally the first thing Eivor does when she gets the blade... He or she, depending which one you pick, gets the blade. They're like, let's put it on the top of the arm instead of putting it on the bottom of the arm, because on the top it looks cooler and you can show it off more. And it's kind of... Yeah. I'm so glad stealth is back. Stealth was such a big part to me. I loved playing as Evie in Syndicate because she was the stealthy one. Jacob was the I'm going to walk in and hit everybody. But Evie was the stealthy one. And so I loved playing this game from an aspect of stealth and sneaking around rather than going in guns blazing. I can do that, but I'm not a great video gamer. So I'd much rather get a guaranteed insta-kill on a single target than just go in and button smash and hope for the best.
We do have Russian that you spotted.
Russian, that was her name.
She's Basim's mentor.
We're obviously about exclusives here. Have you got any more?
Yes, I do.
Good.
Did
That's
you
exciting.
recognize the voice from the trailer?
It was the Emmy-winning actress, wasn't it? Shorey Agdashlu.
It was.
It was.
Yeah, you got it right.
Good.
Yeah, we're thrilled to have her in the cast. She's going to be portraying Russian.
She's fantastic.
Yeah,
Such
she
a
is.
recognizable voice, which is why I recognized it.
Well, and we were lucky enough
Exactly.
to catch up with Shori earlier, and she had this very special message.
It's going to be weird seeing her talk.
Everyone.
Oh, that's
My name
weird.
is Maria Agdashlu, and I'm thrilled to announce that I will be voicing Roshan. She's a true warrior.
It's so weird
Fights for justice.
to see her speak.
Protects her fellow hidden ones at all costs. She is loyal and honest, but keep her former self behind a shroud of mystery. It's a real pleasure for me to collaborate with
I'm
the
excited.
Assassin's Creed brand and play one of the main characters.
I am
in
very excited about
such
this game.
an anticipated
I'm trying to hide it, but I don't know how well that's
I am
hiding.
wishing you all
Her voice is so cool.
What a nice message. What a recognizable voice as well, just instantly. And she seems thrilled to be part of this.
Yeah, I think she is, really.
That's good. A welcome addition to the Assassin's Creed world. So finally, obviously the question everyone wants to know, when can we get our hands on Mirage?
Assassin's Creed Mirage is going to be available in 2023.
I'm
And if you
predicting
pre-order
it'll be,
now,
like,
you also get the exclusive 40 Thieves side quest.
Oh,
But
here
it's
it
not
is.
all. We also have a collector's
Pre-order
case available
now.
for pre-order as
Yep,
well.
that's what I'm going
It
to spend a
includes
lot of money
figurine
on.
Basim and other exclusive surprises that you will love.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sarah, for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
I'm going to
Thank
wait
you
a
very
bit,
much.
but I
It's-
probably will
it's
get it.
fantastic. Right. We'll be dropping more exclusive news from the world of Assassin's Creed very shortly. But first, we wanted to celebrate the last 15 years of Assassin's Creed with you. Let's remind
15
ourselves
years
of some
is
of the highlights
insane.
and, of course, the impact of this groundbreaking
That's been with me
series.
more than half my life. And I've played
Out
every
of the
single
dark,
one.
You come into the light. From the light
And the music!
to the dark.
Music's so good.
Are you prepared to travel the eagle's path?
Welcome aboard.
I like this remix.
Wonder and adventure ahead.
This is a good remix. I don't know if I'll be able to play any of it, so this will probably be a cut out of the video.
We are all different, but our creed will unify us.
That's what I mean by the, like, parkour descent. Oh, those guys are so cool. I don't know if you've watched that video, but they literally got, they got a bunch of parkour experts in France to dress up as the assassins and actually do loads of parkour. So good.
To live as an assassin for so long.
Oh no, that bit makes me cry every
I do not
time.
remember making that decision. This life, it chose me.
This music's so good. I'm gonna cry.
But the sum of his memories. We are the stories we live. The tales we tell ourselves. Gentlemen, as is custom among our kind, We do not plunge headlong into folly on the orders of a single madman, but act according to our own collective madness.
I love Edward. He's such a great character.
From darkness we have come, and in darkness we shall stay. We are the Hidden Ones.
Yep, that's me. Cried. I cried at that cinematic. I also cried at the end of Assassin's Creed 4 when the parting glass sings. Oh, that scene.
The best. They never change.
It is a good life we lead, brother. That's such an iconic line. I love this game. Oh, that made me feel weird inside and upset and happy at the same time. Don't know how much of that I'll be able to put in, but it was good.
Well, so many memories there. Makes me want to jump back in and just play through the whole series again.
Well then.
Funny that he says that. They're probably going to say something about it, but I do plan. I don't know if I can do it in a year. I should be able to, right? I might go through the entire Assassin's Creed franchise before Mirage comes out. I might try that. If people are interested in that, let me know. I might just do it anyway, because it's been such a long time since I played those games. The older ones, at least. But I think that'd be quite fun.
Annie, to continue the celebrations, we also have a new documentary out today, which gives a behind-the-scenes look at the last 15 years of Assassin's Creed.
Ooh.
Let's take a sneak peek.
A documentary. Exciting. So that I might have to watch that. If anyone's interested in seeing reactions to that, again, don't know how much I can show, let me know.
Well, that looks worth a watch to me. Where can we see it? Is it somewhere on the internet?
My question
Yes, we have it on
exactly.
the internet. You can catch it on the Ubisoft and GTV YouTube channels, but don't go anywhere just yet.
No. So, back to business, and I've just finished the Dawn of Ragnarok expansion for Assassin's...
Okay, so Dawn of Ragnarok, I have opinions about. I like the fantasy elements of the games. Like I said, I like the Isu story. I like the main real world story. But come on, so much fantasy, like, yeah. I think there's a level. I might play it at some point, but I haven't played it.
I had a great time, but I would like some more.
Yep, that's one of our most ambitious expansions to date. But Danny, if you want more, I've got great news, as we have more content coming to Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Oh, okay. What's coming to the Valhalla, which I've yet to complete?
I'm Gareth Glover, Game Director on Assassin's Creed Valhalla's post-launch. Since launch, we've continued to create new and exciting content for our community to enjoy.
Okay.
We've already released new game modes and activities into the world of
I haven't played it in a very long time, so yep, let's hope so.
Mastery challenges, and more recently, the roguelite Forgotten Saga. Today, I'm excited to announce that in a few months' time, we will also be launching the last chapter. So let's take an exclusive first look.
The last chapter? There's going to be spoilers. There better not be spoilers, because I haven't played the game yet. I haven't completed it.
Odin, I feel you close.
Eivor's got such a great voice.
An uproar of memories, stretching far into the past. I have done all I can for my people. It is time to say goodbye and set forth for distant shores.
Oh, this is going to be dealing with the American part. Oh, so there's the real world story where so the team that Layla, that's her name, right? Layla and her team who have found remains of a Viking, found the remains in America, and that's where you get the DNA of Eivor from, and that's where they're playing. So this is this gonna deal with that?
Fascinating. Eivor grapples with Odin's memories in a way unfamiliar to me.
Who's speaking?
Where will this new conflict take you, I wonder?
Ooh.
The last chapter is a free quest arc, which nicely ties up some of the storylines established throughout the game. We'll see Eivor reunite with some key characters,
Okay.
including some influential historical ones.
Exciting.
We can't wait for you to experience it.
Me neither. I'm
Back
looking
you,
forward to it.
Danny and Alice.
I'm looking forward to it. Let's go.
Danny, are you ready for some more exclusives?
Yes, please.
No, I'm not. No, I'm a little overwhelmed already.
So how will Assassin's Creed evolve in the coming years?
Well, we're going to double down on our passion for history as we explore the past with courage. We strongly believe that history can be the most powerful and eye-opening source of entertainment. And our teams believe that history can help us better understand the world that we live in, as so many elements from the past still resonate with our present. But don't worry, we're going to keep telling grand, epic stories so that viewers and players alike can feel the vertigo that only human history can bring.
I love the way you talk about history and
Right.
about using history as a playground. What an incredible thing to be able to use history in this way. But what does this mean for fans going forward?
Well, we want our passion for history to fuel the expansion of the franchise into new territories. So I'm very happy to announce today our very first open world Assassin's Creed game for mobile. It will feature all the iconic Assassin's Creed gameplay, but optimized for an experience on touch controls. And I just can't wait to tell you more about the story and the setting.
Let's take a look at the trailer.
Let's see. Let's see what we're seeing. I'm not sure how I feel about this. Okay. You can hear the in the background. You can hear the Assassin's Creed theme, and I love it so much. It brings me so many emotions hearing that line. Is this Xiaojun? Is that her name? I probably butchered it, but... Doesn't look like Xiaojun. Looks like someone else. Oh, Codename Jade.
Well, look at that. A brand new Assassin's Creed game set in China. It looks amazing. Matt, can you tell us a little bit more about the features?
Well, for the first time in our open world games, you can create your own character. You'll get the chance to do things like parkour atop the Great Wall of China, sneak through bustling cities, engage in intense combat, and discover the secrets of vastness of ancient China.
Well, that leads me to my next question. So, Mac, many of us know that a Netflix show is in development, and the community would like to know...
Oh, yeah,
what else
I do remember that.
Well, it's still early in development, but I can confirm that we are co-developing the Netflix series with Ubisoft Film and Television, Netflix, obviously, and an insanely talented showrunner, Jeb Stewart. It's going to be an epic, genre-bending, live-action adaptation of our video game series. That's not the only thing we have in
Last time you did that, it wasn't great.
We also have a new mobile game in development for their platform.
Wow, so you're doing quite a lot with Netflix. And just out of interest, there's no reason for me to ask this. This is just curious. A lot of people probably want to know who is the casting director for that.
Well, why do you want to know?
No, I'm just that a lot of people have been tweeting in about that.
Well, we'll put his name on screen.
I'll talk to you after about that. In the meantime, let's take a look at the wider world of Assassin's Creed.
And let's see what else they got. I'm excited. I know there are a few more things coming around. I might listen to that just because I love the music so much. That's a statue from Assassin's Creed 2. A podcast. Okay. A webtoon sequel for Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Okay.
The wider world of Assassin's Creed.
I'm down.
There. And look, we've had a lot of surprises today. I think that's fair to say. But in the grand tradition of surprises, Mac, I think you might have saved the biggest one for last.
Well, Danny,
Yeah,
that's right. Believe it or not, I've got more things to show to you. So how about we take a leap of faith into the future together?
Let's go.
Let's take a look.
What else is there? Let's go. I'm excited. What else do we got? Come on. Is this going to be an Assassin's Creed set in Japan, which people have been asking for years? Yep. That's probably what it's going to be. You get to play as a ninja, which I am so
I think
down
that's
for.
what you call big news, isn't it? I mean, there's a lot of stuff in there that I think, from your point of view, certainly the community, the fans have been asking for a long time. So, Mac, tell us more.
Well, this is Codename Red, our next premium flagship title and the future of our open world RPG games on Assassin's Creed. It is being developed by Ubisoft Quebec, the studio behind Assassin's Creed Odyssey, under the creative direction of Jonathan Dumont. It will let players explore one of their most awaited settings ever on the franchise, feudal Japan.
Everyone's been asking for this for years.
Powerful shinobi fantasy.
I mean, people have
I'm so excited. Get to play as an assassin in the assassin. Oh, get to play as a ninja. I'm so excited. That's the most exciting part. Mirage, gonna be great. That's what I want.
You mentioned some of the other studios. What's Montreal up to right now?
Well, we have our veteran team behind Assassin's Creed Valhalla in Montreal, the birthplace of Assassin's Creed, who's been hard at work on a new flagship title as well. It is being led by creative director Clint Hawking, and is a very different type of Assassin's Creed game.
And I believe you may have brought us something that we can watch now. Yes, here it is.
Obviously looking at prompters, like, prompter, please hurry up so I can say yes, here it is. Okay, what we got this time? Which one's this? Codename Hex. Okay.
Well, the surprises just keep on coming. What can you tell us about this project?
Well, this is Codename Hex, and I can't wait for our fans to tear apart that trailer and find out all its secrets.
Yeah, absolutely, and work out the code name. You guys have always got code names for stuff. There was it a year ago? There was Codename Infinity. Where are you with that?
Well, that's a great question, Danny, and I'm happy
great
to tell you a
segue.
little bit more about Project Infinity today. Infinity is not a game per se. It's going to be the single entry point for our fans into the Assassin's Creed franchise into the future.
So are you saying that players will be able to explore their very own animus, kind of like a time machine?
Exactly, Alice. Infinity is going to be a hub that will unite all our different experiences and our players together in meaningful ways.
Okay.
So, obviously that begs the question, if you're connecting players and there's more than one player, a lot of people will be thinking, are we talking multiplayer?
Well, Danny, it seems we can't hide anything from you.
You can't.
So we're actually investigating how we will bring back standalone multiplayer experiences into the Assassin's Creed universe.
Okay.
All connected.
I actually didn't mind the multiplayer in 2 and Revelations. I am excited for definitely some of these.
To sum up, there are a lot of exciting things to look forward to. Let's remind ourselves of everything you can expect.
Yes, please do. And I'm going to stop the video when we get to that point.
Assassin's Creed
Yeah!
Codename
I'm
Red.
so excited for that.
As Mac announced, there will also
I hope
be
it's not the
a
mobile version though.
experience with a
Okay, okay.
Get too comfortable in our hideout.
A lot of exciting stuff there.
In the meantime, you can jump back into Valhalla to prepare for Eivor's last chapter.
Which is exactly
I need to do that.
what I'm going to do.
Oh, look over there.
when
My
we
camera's
pass
there.
back to Ubisoft Forward. We will see you next time.
Okay, so what do we have? Where's that list of things? Okay. So, opinions. 1, I need to complete Valhalla. I'm still so far behind on that because, like I was saying earlier about the open world stuff, I get distracted by the pretty shiny dots everywhere on the map. Mirage, I'm excited for. I'm looking forward to it. I'm really hoping it goes back to what it was. Back to the original, you know, the formula that made Assassin's Creed. That's what I really want to see. But in the same sense, it's impossible to ask, really. But you want that as well as something new. You don't want them to just repeat Ezio's story or repeat Altair's story. But I'm looking forward to seeing. This is kind of going to leave me which direction to go in, or what direction the future of Assassin's Creed is going to be. Because the RPG hype train I'm hoping it's starting to die out. There's some been phenomenal ones, but honestly, I haven't minded playing the games. But honestly, I didn't think Odyssey and Valhalla needed to go as into the RPG route as they have. But I ain't complaining. I'm enjoying it. I'm excited. I'm really looking forward to Mirage. It's going to be interesting to see the direction they choose to go. It's going to be really interesting to see if they start going back towards their roots. I'm looking forward to reliving that story of rags to riches and back to the official like assassins, kind of their outfits, their strongholds, all that stuff. I'm really looking forward to that. As for the On Horizon, so Infinity, I'm still, I mean, with all of these expansion ones, very little was actually revealed. They're like, oh, here's a weird animated cinematic thing that we can show you, but you're not going to find out anything about it. So Infinity, from just I've heard about it, I had taken that it was going to be when I first heard about it, I thought it was going to be like a one-stop for Assassin's Creed. So you play Infinity, and you have access to all of the games, future, past, whatever, and you can jump back. But I think there's still that element of being able to jump back in your own timeline. Not entirely sure, but I think that's kind of what they're going for. Codename Red is what I'm really... As long as they don't make it a mobile. I don't want it to be mobile. That seems like a game that everyone's been asking for, and Ubisoft could very easily just go, huh, well, I guess we're making it on mobile, and that's probably going to lose a lot of the fan base. But if they don't, and you get to play as a shinobi, or a ninja, or whatever you want to call them, in feudal Japan, because that has been probably the most requested setting I've ever heard for Assassin's Creed. I, for one, had definitely wanted it. Been a huge fan of ninja stuff and when I was younger, and I was like, oh, it'd be really cool if I could go back in time and be an assassin this time. Codename Hex, that seems... I have so little to go for. All we saw was some wicker, and, well, the name itself suggests some sort of magic, or maybe it's pagan. When were the pagans around? No, because you've got technically Vikings pagans. They've done that already. Or is it druidic? Huh. If anyone has any ideas on Codename Hexe, please let me know, or share a link to a video of someone who's broken the trailer down. I'm going to have a look at it. Just looking at this image alone, you've got these runes. They definitely look old druidic runes. Because they're not Viking, I don't think. I don't know my runes very well, I'll be honest. I'm curious how that's going to be. I'm not sure what to think about Codename Hexe. Sounds like a cool code name. I'll give it that. It's got a cool code name. But I don't know if that'll be leaning too much into the, hey, we're going to start doing more magic-y stuff rather than magic science or artifice. But that should be good. Codename Jade, I don't play games on my phone, so I probably won't play that. Unless it's ridiculously amazing and breaks all expectations. But I'm glad they've reached out to the mobile. I just don't think Assassin's Creed plays that well on mobile. I don't see how you can make it play well. And especially, I guess phones nowadays are getting better in the sense of how much they can store on them. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I would enjoy it. We'll see when it comes to it. The Netflix partnership. Let's be honest. Real live action depictions of our favourite pop culture, so media, dare I say, Avatar: The Last Airbender series, the original Assassin's Creed film. I think it's genuinely a hard market to do well in terms of getting a series that is based on a video game. I am going to sing its praises because I think it's phenomenal, but I'm probably going to there are some people who don't enjoy it, that's fair. But Arcane is the first time I've gone to watch a series and that was based on a game and not been disappointed by it. I haven't played much League. I played a bit, and I played more after I watched Arcane, but I've never I've never seen a adaptation of a game done as well as I think Arcane did. Even though Arcane have explicitly said that the lore that happens in the series is not lore related to the world, which is fine. They separated it, which I think is a good thing to do because it means that even if they did F it up, which they didn't, but if they did, they could just say, yeah, whatever, this isn't canon. But I think, I don't know, Last Assassin's Creed really saddened me because I watched the film and huge names, Michael Fassbender. I was like, yeah, this is going to be great. Watched it. I didn't hate it. I'm not the type of person who goes into a film and then slates it when I come out. I go into a film to relax, shut off, have that disassociation from actually the real world for a bit, that escapism. And I still enjoyed that part of it. And I liked the fact that it tried to do Assassin's Creed, but I don't know, it's very hard to do game adaptations well, especially in a movie situation. I think this is the difference. Because Arcane was a series, and because this is going to be a Netflix series, and Netflix has also been pulling out of the park in terms of like adaptations. So there's Dota, the adaptation, which I've watched a few episodes of, which I've enjoyed. Arcane, mentioned before. There are some others, I'm pretty sure, of game development or game film series. I think series are a lot easier to do than a single film. Because in a film, you've got to push all of the lore from this completely different medium. Like video games, you make your own stories to an extent. Obviously, there is a story written, but how you experience the story is unique to you, isn't it? Like, your experience of Assassin's Creed is going to be different to mine, and how you play it is going to be different to mine. And it's so hard to get all that lore collected from everything and put it into a 2-hour feature film. And I think the idea of having essentially 8 hours is what I'm just going on. Well, not even that. How many? Was it 9? 9 hours for kind of a series, or 9 episodes of about an hour each. Between 9 and 12 seems to be the common area now. I think is a good amount of time to be able to not force the viewer to see all of this history and all of this story, but actually enjoy the series as a series. So I'm cautiously optimistic, let's leave it at that, about the Netflix series. I hope it will be good, because right now video game adaptations are actually doing quite well. So I hope that continues. But going off the absolute flop that Assassin's Creed was, the film, as long as it's better than that, I don't mind. Ultimately. But yeah, that about sums it up for my view of Assassin's Creed the Showcase, and covered the trailer earlier as well. I am very excited for Ubisoft to change their direction back to their origins. I think that is a good idea, and it's definitely going to be worth it, and I'm definitely going to enjoy Mirage, kind of getting that. I think if they do it correctly, I'm going to get the Mirage. Mirage is definitely going to give me that feeling of reminiscing or going back to something. What is that word? Why can I not remember words today? What is the word for rediscovering something from your past? Whatever. I am looking forward, and I think it will be really cool to see if they do go back to that. Yeah. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Like I said, I'm going to probably try and complete Assassin's Creed Valhalla before this next chapter drops, which is a lot of me to do, because I've got a lot of need to do on it, because I'm so far behind and I'm very easily distracted by shiny dots in the map. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you're excited about some of these. If you are, let me know what things you're excited about, what things you aren't so excited about. If you're optimistic or cautious, just let me know in the comments, and we'll see what happens in 2023 with Mirage. See you guys.